The Lunar New Year holidays are just around the corner.
That's right, but some people are nervous about getting with family. Today's show is going to help you get ready for that and more. I'm Natalie Tso.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. Let's start by looking at the stories on our radar.
There have been no new domestic COVID-19 cases in Taiwan since last Saturday, when 4 new cases were reported. All of those cases were linked to an outbreak at a hospital in Taoyuan, northern Taiwan. There have also been 2 new deaths. Taiwan students are getting 4 more days of Lunar New Year vacation. Education officials are delaying the start of the new semester in an effort to combat COVID-19. That will give schools enough time to sanitize their campuses before students return. Employee bonuses have shrunk to an 8-year low. Job Bank 1111 has calculated that employers are only giving an average of 1.2 months' pay in year-end bonuses this year. A survey by another job bank, Yes123, found that 63% of people are strapped for cash as we head into the Lunar New Year holidays, a time when adults are expected to hand out cash to their parents and children. And under the radar this week, an Yilan County resident captured this footage of a pack of yellow-throated martens chasing after a Reeves muntjac in a dramatic hunt. The man who filmed this scene lives in the mountains where these 2 kinds of animals are plentiful, but he says he's never seen anything like this.
Andrew, did you know that the Lunar New Year is a high time for burglaries?
I did. In fact, the only time I've ever had somebody break into my house was right before the Lunar New Year holidays. Yeah, I got my wallet stolen. My roommate got his wallet stolen. Yeah, so
anything
you have to be
else?
Careful. No, strangely, they just took
You
money.
don't have anything else?
No, nothing else
kidding.
worth stealing.
Well, you know, the Lunar New Year is a high time for burglaries because there's a lot of cash around and a lot of people, travel, leave their home.
That's right. And now what's very interesting, there are some police departments that have started to shoot their own videos warning people about the dangers. Have a look.
The camera pans as gun-wielding gangsters plot a bank robbery. Cut to a slow-mo shot of the outlaws approaching the bank. But this isn't Taiwan's hottest new blockbuster. It's this year's anti-theft video from police in Lugang. And that means, spoiler alert, these gangsters are actually cops. Officer Zhengquan Liao explains how they did it.
4K 60帧的方式，然后下去3台手机。
He says they used 3 mobile phones shooting 60 frames per second. Inspiration came from their favorite action movies.
像宣导影片，然后还有一些警匪的追逐影片。
Meanwhile, police in Taichung rob a bank in costume as characters from the popular anime series One Piece. Their crack K9 division saves the day. Another police department dresses to impress, while a guard makes a cameo. With such stiff competition for the best promotional video, it seems even police love playing cops and robbers.
Next, our brain game about another cause for anxiety during the Lunar New Year. Questions that your relatives may ask you. Today's brain game is a top 10. The top 10 questions people dread being asked during the Lunar New Year. So I guess you guys are kind of anxious right now, right?
I'm going to lightning round this. This is going to be like the Olympic warm-up for me because the Olympic event is next week when it's actually Chinese New Year.
And they're going to actually ask you these questions.
Yep.
I might get asked these too.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this.
If you didn't know, Asian relatives are notorious for asking some very personal questions. And there was a survey done by Yes123 about what people fear this year. So these are the top 10. You guys have 90 seconds to guess.
Be courteous.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Go for it.
Yes.
Have you been overseas lately?
Nope.
Where's your girlfriend at?
Definitely,
Well,
yes.
When are you going to have a baby?
Yes.
How much money do you make?
Yes.
Are you have you been in quarantine lately?
No.
Wow, you got fat, but at the same time, they're asking you, why'd you get so fat?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what it is. That's
He's
what
got
it
a
is.
lot of experience.
Wow, you got skinny. What, you don't have enough to eat?
No skinny. No skinny.
What's your salary?
Yes. Hey, you asked that,
I already
actually.
said
But that's
that.
okay. That's all right.
When you going to
Related
get
to
a
that.
girlfriend?
Is that all related?
That's related.
Were you going to marry? Were you going to
Married
Okay,
is
we
another
did
one.
I thought we did that.
No, we did girlfriend, but now married.
These are just all
Okay.
things that you get
We
asked
have,
anyway.
you guys did 5 already.
Where's my red envelope at?
That's right.
Oh, there we
and
go.
how much is
goodness.
in it?
How much is in
Oh
it?
my gosh, this is terrible.
Why don't I have a red envelope?
More?
Why did she get more than I did? These are all questions.
More?
Something about what kind of car do you drive?
That's right. Do you own a car or a home?
When are you going to get promoted?
Okay, so
Are you
what
gonna
is
be
your
manager?
job? Where are you working?
Yeah. Where are you working? What's your job?
How much do you
5
pay
more
in
seconds.
How much do you pay?
No, it's nothing about the rent.
How much do you earn after taxes and before taxes?
rent? Are there no pandemic questions? There's got to be a
No
pandemic
pandemic questions this year.
Come on, that's a great question.
You guys want to hear the rest?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
one more.
you keep going.
Why don't you come back and see Grandma more often?
Oh, that's so
Why don't
sad.
Do you want me to set you
said
up
that.
with someone?
Oh, no.
And
That's terrible.
do
The
you-
answer is always no.
Is your job stable? Do you have a good boss?
Oh.
So I want to ask you guys, which question do you dread the most? You guys are going home for the holidays, right?
All of them.
You guys are single and
To me, it just falls under this one giant category of like family questions, and they're all in there.
the girlfriend one?
The girlfriend one, the fat one,
Yeah.
the job one, the baby
How did you
one,
lose
the
weight? You look
children
great.
one, the red envelope one, the how much money do you make one. Like, which one do you want? I told you, like, this is all lightning round to me. I could do it all day.
Wow, wow,
Okay,
wow.
how about
I
Andrew?
feel
Do you
some
get
anger.
asked?
Yeah, of
You
course.
do get asked?
The
Which one do you get
relationship
asked?
ones, I don't like those. I'm not a fan of them. And I don't like ones about money.
No.
Like, I don't want to
Do they
talk
ask you
about...
how much you make?
Well, sometimes, yeah. A lot of people want to know how much I make.
So intrusive.
I say I make enough. I'm not like wasting
Poor.
away.
So how do you think we can deflect these questions? I have a tip, but if you guys have a question.
I have one too.
All right, go ahead.
You find the weakest person in the room and you turn the attention on.
Bring Leslie with you.
You can always bring a foreigner with you to Lunar New Year. That will definitely deflect.
I
What about
just
you?
I just tried to change the attention. I was like, oh yeah, it's dinner time. Look at the TV. Don't you love that guy?
I think
then,
you can
yeah.
ask them questions like, when did you first meet Ama? When did you meet Auntie? What was it like when,
You see,
try to like change the topic and put the focus on
Pivot.
them. Pivot.
Yes.
pivoting
And
is
get them
hard. You
talking
gotta
about
be
themselves.
careful because if they ask you about the girlfriend, they'll be just like, well, you know what? I met your grandma when I was 22, and then.
Oh no.
You've tried that already, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so we wish you all the best of luck facing the relatives. Those are some tips for you, and that's our brain game for the week.
Taiwan is set to be a super-aged society by 2025. That means that 20% of the population will be over 65 by then. Many businesses and government agencies are aware of this and know that they have to adjust their operations to better serve the aging populations. But what happens when the aging population adjusts to you? Meet Duan Jinwei, a 68-year-old woman who's blown up on social media this week. Why did Duan Jinwei get famous? Here's a hint. She's earned the nickname Nightclub Grandma. That's because she's been spotted getting lit in Taipei's Xinyi district, an area in Taiwan's capital full of nightclubs. Grandma Duan hits up the nightclub at least 5 times a week to tear up the dance floor. I haven't been to the nightclub in months. Honestly, the thought of taking public transportation to go clubbing 5 nights a week just sounds absolutely exhausting. I just don't think I'd be able to keep up. I can imagine Grandma Duan calling me weak and reminding me that she's over twice my age, but you know what? That's okay. The Nightclub Grandma has skyrocketed in popularity. The media in Taiwan rushed to tell her story. Apple Daily conducted an interview with the Nightclub Grandma. In the video, she calls herself a monster because she doesn't conform to society's expectations for someone her age. Grandma Duan says she doesn't like slow music and that she prefers, and I quote, music that goes boom boom boom. The more it booms and bangs, the better. The interview goes on to reveal that the Nightclub Grandma doesn't have many friends and doesn't like sitting at home alone. Not only that, she was once married in the United States, but her husband cheated on her. She says dancing at the club helps her take her mind off her past woes. As sad as that is, I think Grandma Duan's fortunes are about to turn around. People are loving her. One of her fans set up an Instagram account to document sightings of the Nightclub Grandma. When news stories about her first surfaced, the Instagram account had around 6,000 followers. A few days later, that number jumped to over 10,000, and it's still growing. Apparently, Grandma can hang. She's been known to go with young clubgoers to grab a late-night bite to eat before heading home. If you see Grandma and you'd like to buy her a drink, don't forget, she doesn't do alcohol. Her drink of choice is orange juice with extra ice. As if she weren't cool enough already.
So today we actually have something very special to celebrate. Today is the 100th episode of Taiwan Insider.
Yay!
Hey, now do you remember our first episode?
I do. I think we were quite nervous the first time. And I also remember our president, the RTI president, giving us an order that we have to do a show, some kind of show. And we brainstormed, and I think the hardest part was thinking of a name. It took us weeks, and we had like over 100 names. And like even to the day before the deadline, we couldn't, think of a name we really liked.
Yeah.
The last name we had was Taiwan to Go.
Right.
And it didn't seem to fit quite right. Sound like a food and travel show or something.
Yeah, it didn't quite sound like a news show. Yeah.
So, but then you came up with Taiwan Insider. It was awesome, Andrew.
Yeah, and everybody liked it. I was thinking with that first show, because it was actually a really long show. I think it was close to like 30 minutes. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, are we going to do this every week? Like, we could do one show, but do we have to do it every week? And we've managed to do it every week for 100 weeks.
And also, Leslie joined us. It was great to have Leslie on board.
That's right, yeah.
How did you feel when you first joined us?
Nervous, absolutely nervous. I remember I joined Radio Taiwan International May 20th of 2018, I believe. 2019, sorry, 2019. And by the end of June, you were just like, yeah, get on camera. And I've never had any camera experience.
Well, you're a natural. We knew you'd be great.
I was freaking out. I never wrote a script. I didn't have any like production experience. And then you were just like, just go on there and just act natural. I'm like,
I remember actually Natalie and I were in the studio talking about it, and I was like, I think we should get Leslie on.
Yeah,
and he pops his head in the studio. He's like, what? I heard my
name.
I was like, I heard that. But cut to today. I haven't participated in 100 episodes, but it's so interesting. Maybe 80, I think.
Yeah, it's been great having you.
And I'm waiting for my 100th, so that'll be a milestone to look at.
Coming up very soon. Yeah. What were your favorite moments from the last 100 episodes, Natalie?
My favorite was watching Leslie's expression when he ate the pork floss ice cream. That was funny.
That wasn't quite my favorite moment.
What was your favorite moment?
I'd have to say maybe it's fairly recently, just getting blindfolded and then decorating the Christmas tree.
That was fun. That was so much fun. You did such a great job.
Again, it was very nerve-wracking whenever you take away the sight. But then, it was fun.
Those are cute glasses that Andrew made for us, too. We like those.
We're very low budget here. We make our own props. Yeah. My favorite moment, and I like both of yours because I think they're fun. My favorite moment was actually a really stressful moment for us, and that was when we did the live show.
That was so much fun. The election show.
Yes, the election show.
That was so much fun.
3.5 hours, no bathroom breaks. I didn't know that we would get through that.
That was really impressive.
And we had 3 guests live, and then you were kind of translating what's happening live, the numbers and everything. It was very exciting.
We of course want to thank our crew here at Taiwan Insider as well, and I got a chance to catch up with 2 of the less camera shy ones to get them to share their thoughts on being part of Taiwan Insider for 100 episodes.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Taiwan Insider Director Taco Chang. Taco 哥你好。
大家好，我的喜欢 Taco です。
我问你一下哈，就是录了100集台湾 Insider， 你有什么心理感受吗？有什么心得？
我觉得哈，你有发现台湾 Insider 非常在意整个国际的局势，而且这次的那个 COVID-19 啊，就台湾 Insider 都 focus 在这样子的话题里面，跟着关心所有的全世界的人，关心所有的台湾人。
问你最后一个问题哦 ，Andrew、Natalie、Ryan，Andrew、Natalie 我，你最喜欢哪个主持人？
很难回答。好，来，对，这样，我这样说。Andrew 呢 ？Andrew 非常的有趣啊，然后那个 Natalie 长得非常美丽，然后 Leslie 最帅。
听你这个态度就知道
是不是这样子？
好，
那乐透几号要告诉我
？OK 啊，好，谢谢老婆。
OK，
拜拜
，See you。
Hey everybody, now we are with our editor, Jessica. She edits every episode of Taiwan Insider, and you've probably seen her before. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
今天是台湾 Insider 的第100集，那你有什么对台湾 Insider 有什么感受吗？节目？没有，完全没有。
我可以说不好说吗？
你可以说哦，不好说，所以是负面的。
Natalie, Andrew，你最喜欢哪个主持人？
当然是 Leslie 啊。
因为我在你面前是不是？为什么？
因为你很有喜感。
我是很有喜感，长得很好笑，是不是？
没有，就是没有好笑。你长得是好看的，但是你拍那个Hashtag后面我就觉得很好笑。
OK， 这个答案不错。OK 啊，好了 ，Thank you Jessica， 希望你可以再剪100集台湾 Insider， 从101到200，好不好？
没问题。
那101到500呢？
没问题。
没有问题。OK， 好，很有自信，非常好。
All right, we're going to do something now that we have not done ever in 100 episodes.
Okay.
We are going to make some food.
All right.
You guys ready?
I'm on board.
And to do that, I have brought a very topical ingredient for our 100th episode. So I want you both to close your eyes.
Oh, man.
And hold out your hands.
Nothing
and I want
gross,
you to,
right?
It's nothing gross. And I want
Slimy.
you to guess what this 100th anniversary ingredient is.
Is it a century
Oh
egg?
gosh, I can't tell. Hey, that sounds like an egg.
It is. You can open your eyes.
Oh,
This is a century egg. We sometimes call them 1,000-year eggs, 100-year
Open it up?
eggs. You can go ahead and open it up. And this is essentially a preserved egg, and it is completely black inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys like these?
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
They taste
Okay,
good.
I like them too, and we're going to use it to make an incredible dish. And we have some ingredients right here in front of us. So, of course, we have the eggs, and these are preserved eggs. We have some chopped up green onions. We have some bonito flakes, which are going to be a garnish on the top. And then we have soy sauce paste. And we also have a little bit of sesame oil, which is going to go in that as well.
Yum.
And then, of course, we have tofu. So can you guys guess what we're going to be making today?
Piran tofu.
Yes, that's right. So it's preserved egg with tofu. So why don't we get the two of you to help shell the
these
egg.
open?
You got it.
And I'll get to work on the tofu.
Crack it off real quick.
Wow, those smell really potent. I think it's ammonia smelling, right? Okay.
How
Moment of
long do they
truth.
do this for?
3
Preserve it for?
weeks.
That's it? 3 weeks and your egg turns like this?
I think in the old days it took a lot longer, and they
It's
also
a
used.
1,000-year-old.
Yeah, it's not
It's
100
not 1,000
years.
years or 1,000 days even.
That's misleading.
Here we go.
Now in
Can
the
I do
old
that?
days they used. I hear that they used horse urine and.
I think I heard something like that, gross like that.
Yeah, like maybe chalk
But probably
or
not
clay.
anymore, right?
Not anymore. So we're gonna just take these onions and put them right on the top there.
Always good.
This is a very Taiwanese dish, right?
Yes.
I think I only had it when I came here to Taiwan.
How's that look?
Looks pretty. More and more. is
Load it
fine.
up.
Yeah.
Load it up.
Load
The
it
more
up.
the merrier. Yes, that
Okay,
looks
that's great. All right.
delicious.
All right. So the trick is, before you eat this, you want to chop everything up nice and. Actually, Leslie, why don't
Nice
you
and
do
even?
the effort?
Do you want me to chop the eggs as well?
I think go to town.
Go to town.
Go to
All
town.
right, man. Oh, bonito flake down.
So this is actually an easy dish to make.
Super easy dish. I think that the biggest obstacle for most people is the
Stomaching
eggs.
the egg?
Yeah.
You need to balance it with something like tofu, though.
Yes.
Something plain.
And I want to just take the egg and show our friends at home what it looks like. Can you see that? The inside of the egg, it's all
Pretty
black
intense.
and preserved, and the smell is pretty strong. ammonia
3-week-old
smell.
egg.
Andrew, how do you feel about these eggs?
The first time I had them, I was pretty nervous to eat them because they look really gross, like gray and kind of greenish and ugh. But I love the flavor. I
Okay.
think the flavor is just to die
Great.
for. Serve yourselves.
What would you do if one of us had an aversion to this? I mean,
Fainted on set.
That would make some great TV. All right, shall we eat it? Go ahead
Yes.
and dig in.
Great balance of flavors. Different flavors that kick in.
not just that, but the
Tofu is
texture.
very, very smooth, and then you get the pungent egg yolk, and then the crispy fish flakes.
It's a combination of so many different things, kind of like our team. This 100 episodes of Leslie and Natalie and Andrew coming together to bring you the best of Taiwan. So
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Here's the 100 more.
By the way, I'm the flavor.
And finally today, now since this is our 100th episode, I figured we should ask, what will our 200th episode look like? Leslie.
2 words, Andrew. Laser lights.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Now, how those laser lights will come to play,
too, right?
I don't know, but that's my expectation.
Love it.
Cool. I'd like to invite President Tai on set
Oh, excellent.
to visit and talk with us.
Well, maybe she will come in the form of a hologram.
Hey, all right, laser lights and holograms.
Like that?
And President Tai. I would watch that show. I would watch that show.
Fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Taiwan Insider and for staying with us for 100 episodes. Be sure to connect with us on social media.
Yes, leave a comment, and if you like us, subscribe. For Taiwan Insider, I'm Natalie Tso.
I'm Leslie Liao.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. And now it's time for some cake.
Yay! Strawberry.
Yum.
This looks really good. Here you go, Leslie.
And there's a fork for you.
Oh, I didn't give you any peach or.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Take your time.